Okay, trying this again, hopefully with less technical issues.
I need a quick word.
If I could name the owlbear, I would have named them Hootsifer. For those who don't know, Hootsifer is an owl VTuber friend of the channel. I like that 2 of the options are pet him.
He looks coyly at the ground, suddenly shy. He snaps the air and wiggles. He's either miming fighting a many-limbed creature or dancing. It's unclear. He is, however, exhausted. He's had plenty of adventures without you. The joy in the owlbear's eyes is clear. He longs for a home and would love to stay with Shadowheart.
Now, there's a face I know well indeed.
God, I remember one evening.
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking, well. Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post. Oh, I wouldn't bother you with such things during a party. And anyway, I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think? I, me, it's all Volo as far as I'm concerned. Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you. Hmm? Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
Good song, good company, and good wine from the looks of it.
On my way.
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice. You have no idea who I am, do you? I thought Withers might have set the stage a little. I owe him a favor, one he is eternally invoking. I thought honoring the worthy was a fair price to pay for Withers to pull me out of the fugue plane. Alas, one purgatory to another. Languishing in obscurity. Cyric knew what he was doing when he punished me for that song, the prick. Before I was banished to the fugue plane, I had song prayers coming out the proverbial ears. Guess how many I get now? None.
Musical prayers were once offered to Menil, Lord of Song, a minor deity whose worship faded after offending the trickster god Cyric.
I'm washed up, I'm afraid. You know. You're bloody right. It is an honor. Finally. The scribe picks an adventurer of substance, of culture. What can I do you for? Fantastical news. Carry on I shall.
Gods, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
Here goes nothing.
Beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
Assassination of Archduke Gortash. I mean, I am an assassin, so I guess it's not technically incorrect.
Suddenly I had a spot of deja vu.
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage.
To the hero of the realms, we have followed your adventure closely from the day you fell from that doomed nautiloid to the final blow you struck to the Netherbrain as it loomed over the Sword Coast. We are but a humble guild who pride ourselves in telling stories, not unlike the tales to be written of you for many years to come. How inspired we have been to witness your feats, awesome and terrible, the lives you saved and sundered, the friendships you found. Thus, we thought to extend a greeting to thank you for adventuring with such creative determination, such panache, enough to touch the hearts of each of our number. With deepest gratitude, the Guild of Great Genius. An old acquaintance. I write to you from the sunny porch of the Last Light Inn. A light breeze blows now and then. People are milling in and out. Builders, visitors, the children of all ages in Halsin's care. I can no longer hold a quill or eat without assistance. A kind friend is transcribing this for me. Daniel, rejoined with Oliver, has promised to be with me when the end comes. And as our old songs drift on the wind ever louder, I know I have mere days left. But I do not fear it. If not for your help, this land would still be shrouded in darkness, and I'd still be lost within it. Know that my heart is full and happy, and I'm grateful for my last moments. Do visit someday, and if you have the time to stop by an old Flaming Fist's grave, I know I'd love to see you, Art Kolok. That was the person that we saved from the Shadow Realm. Well, that we saved from the coma that they were in after coming out of the Shadow Realm in Act 2. If I recall correctly.
Oh, pardon me.
Salutations! I'm writing to request your help in a mysterious case that has arisen since our little Balian bash a half year ago. Regrettably, I've had to take the credit for dispelling the Baal cult, in your absence, you understand, and am working on routing the remaining ballasts from our fair city, with the newly promoted Blaze Devella Fountainhead in tow, of course. This has made me a target. A false document bringing my name into ill repute has been made public. An alleged unpaid bar tab at the Elf Song. If you happen to be passing through with a bindle of coin, perhaps you can persuade management of my obvious innocence. Much obliged. Investigator Valera, Sleuth of Helm. Yes, any advice on getting balest blood out of cloth? My hat's not been the same since the murder tribunal. That was the little flying elephant creature that was very annoying. Hero of Baldurs Gate, vanquisher of the Absolute. The city is forever in your debt. For without your valor, your audacity, your sacrifice, it would not know renewal. It is not temples and inns and homes that I speak of, but hearts. Baldurs Gate can never be the city it was before it suffered the Absolute's touch. And that is as it should be. The survivors have borne witness to their homes near destruction. They have come to regret turning a blind eye to the cruelty Gortash disguised as safety and security. And they understand, just as I have come to understand, that trust, compassion, and unity are the foundation of Baldur's Gate. Our gates are open once more to the disowned and displaced. The Flaming Fist will learn to be true servants of the people, and I will devote myself to ridding the gate of the shameful fears that allowed evil to enter our homes and sit at our tables. Yours, Elder Ravengard. Githyanki script, Tier Su adorns one side of the page, the other is written in the common tongue. Chalak, the prince of the comet shines ever bright. Beneath, or breath by breath, battle by battle, Lakith's death draws nearer. We have taken to the astral plane, slaughtered all who must be slaughtered, and spread the air's truth to every possible ear, willing and unwilling. Many Githyanki have already taken up arms with us as warriors of the comet. Others have remained in their enclaves or traveled to creches, dedicating themselves to Orpheus as scribes, spies, and slate scholars. But our allies do not call themselves children of Gith. Do not all call themselves children of Gith. Zareth Menyar Gith, the Githzeri God King, has requested an audience. There was a time when I would have thought such a coalition unspeakable. But Orpheus has spoken. If Lakith is to fall, perhaps the two skies must be made one. Boss, Revere call to Orpheus, Knight of the Comet. Hello, friend. I'm sorry it's been so long. Turns out running a school of bards is a touch more tricky than I thought. Who knew bards were so dramatic? I bought a small rundown house in the lower city and spent weeks putting down floors, replacing the windows. Turns out I'm quite handy with a hammer and nail. When I was relatively sure the roof would hold, I decided it was time to open. I put up posters and took out an advertisement in Baldur's Mouth. Gods, I was so nervous. I kept having nightmares that no one would show. But my goodness, they did. Children from patriarchs to peddlers lined the street. The queue almost went to Rivington. Turns out being friends with the heroes of Baldur's Gate has its upsides. I'm teaching night and day and fall into bed utterly exhausted every night. And I've never been happier. Thank you, my friend. Lots of love, Elfira. Hey you, it's Arabella. You remember me, right? Bone Man once said I needed to find balance. Where creation meets ruin, where morning meets night, the root of all being. Fancy talk. He was right, though. After I touched that idol in the grove, it was like a big tree started to grow in my head, and all these weird thoughts and feelings and powers sprouted on its branches like big black leaves. I had to figure myself out, so I followed the weave like the Bone Man said. I don't know how I knew what to do, I just did. After you squished the brain, Beardman showed up. Said the weave led him to me, and me to him. That must be Elminster. He's teaching me to make sense of all those leaves on my head tree. He says I need to use magic responsibly. He also says not to call him Beardman. I'll let you know how it goes. Small extract from a self-published polemic tabloid. A note is attached to the top. I will not be silenced, Eve. Needling with Edvard. Friends, Baldurians, my people. Consider our loss. Our lauded and benevolent patriarchs maimed. Our great upper city libraries demolished. The very beating heart of our great city. The right to speak freely dead upon the cobbles. Do you not see it, my friends? Lord Gortash, formerly our greatest bulwark against the Absolute, is now smeared as a collaborator, his allies and colleagues tossed aside, former publications of repute turning to censorious farces. I ask you... The pamphlet continues in much the same fashion. from the desk of Blaze Devilla, Fountainhead, High Constable of the Flaming Fist, to Honorary Flaming Fist Junior Inspector Number 3, address provided by Desiccated Skeleton, name of Withers. Greetings and congratulations. I thought naming you Honorary Junior Investigator would go some small way to thanking you for your help with the Bale cult, and should leave me with much less paperwork should we need to draft your help again. We've been doing our best to clean up the remaining Baelists in this city, starting with the Bale Temple. But an absolutely fascinating place, but gods does it reek. That's the thing books about Bale never really get across, the stench. I found a lot of bad stuff in there. You know, they were ritually killing off other Bale spawn? What a waste. I'm hoping the Society of Brilliance can do something with the relics we uncover. Gods know I'd love to visit and exhibit, even if I've seen it all firsthand already. I'd love to catch up and pick your brain on about a few cases whenever you're next in the city. Yours faithfully, Devilla Fountainhead. Yes, I'd avoid the elf song if I were you. Investigator Valeria has racked up quite the tab and has assured the landlord that you promised to settle it next time you're in the city.
So endings, eh?
Yes, endings. Dear friend, I doubted you for so long. Perhaps you knew that already, in spite of my best attempts. You proved yourself time and again, at Joaquin's Rest, in Moonrise Towers, in Worm's Rock, and I still doubted. The Netherbrain's defeat should have proven your courage, yet I was more doubtful than ever. This was a ruse, a dream, a trick. And then, one eve, from the elf song, I heard it sing, a raucous, lewd, tuneless, drunken refrain. I'd never heard anything more terrible and more beautiful. I raised my voice and joined the chorus. That was the moment my doubts melted away and were replaced by something more valuable, hope. Baldurs Gate will be whole again. I might have doubted you, but you never did. With profound admiration, Floric.
How goes the endings?
Well, I mean, we're just kind of reading all these letters that, various NPCs throughout the playthrough have sent me. To whom it may concern, Withers gave me this address and said I could consider writing. Well, I considered it. Return address included. Best Barkis route. I don't even remember who that is. Hey there. Would you mind passing this on to Karlach? Thanks, Emil. Karlach, if you're reading this, you're alive. One way or another, you found a way. Thank the gods. I think of you often, wondering what's become of you. Write to me, won't you, please? Yours faithfully, Damon. Hail, my boy. I can only apologize for my absence from Wither's little gathering. As you know, only the most urgent business would keep me from indulging myself in his excellent taste in sweetmeats. And your esteemed company, of course. I was delighted to hear that you came to your senses with regards to that cursed crown, and delighted yet further when I learned that the orb's malingering presence no longer poses any threat. In that sense, at least, I hope you feel Mistra treated you fairly. I trust you're enjoying your adventures, and I have to say I struggle to picture you outside of Waterdeep, or your library for that matter. Whatever escapades you take, be sure to keep your larder well provisioned. After all, one never knows when an old friend might drop by. Elminster. Dear Shadowheart, I hope that you are happy and well. I must keep this short, as I remain surrounded by Shar's followers at almost every waking moment in my new enclave. I dearly wish for you to enjoy your night spent with old friends, and I hope that you and I shall share such a reunion. I know that it must seem strange for me to dwell on such heretical thoughts, yet I cannot help myself. Perhaps one day I shall find some measure of the bravery that you did, and walk away from this life. Until then, I shall keep safe and hold memories of you as my one ember of light amid an ocean of darkness. Until we find each other once again, yours always, Nocturne. I had a dream last night. Not that there were any nights here, or any days. It was a dream about you, all of you, and you were here with me, and I had served bread and jam and oat crackers and cheeses and enough tea to quench a desert. Nibbled and sipped and smiled and laughed, and you asked if I was happy. Nobody has asked that for so long, but I don't know if anyone has ever asked at all. I didn't have the words to answer, so instead I led you through my house and showed you all the souls that are here with me. They were Raphael's once, but now they only belong to themselves. The archive is an art gallery, the boudoir is a grand kitchen, and the dungeon is a refuge for any wounded soul or creature that finds its way to us. Am I happy? I don't know, but I am hope, and I persist because of you. Thought I'd reach out first for once. Finally had my baby, a beautiful boy, and can't believe I ever thought of giving him up. He screams his head off half the night, and I've barely slept, but I'm happy, the happiest I've ever been, other than my wedding day, of course. I decided to name him Connor after his dad. With Ethel gone, myself and some other hag survivors have started our own publishing house. We've only printed a few pamphlets so far, but I'm halfway through my first book. Me, an author! It's like something out of a dream. Mind you, it's all about how to kill hags, but you know what they say, write what you know. With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up to our support groups. As happy as that makes me, it breaks my heart to see how much harm Ethel did. But so long as I live, another hag won't set foot in Baldurs Gate, you have my word. Anyway, the reason I'm writing isn't just to talk your ear off, it's to say thank you for saving a scared young girl who thought she'd be a terrible mother. I couldn't have been more wrong. Next time we meet, pints are on me. Irina. I hope my penmanship has improved somewhat in the past months. When I first stumbled into the city, I shook so badly that I could scarcely hold the soup the priest pressed into my hands, let alone write to thank you as you deserve. It is only when the city itself began to shake that I felt my hands grow still, along with the other veterans sheltering at the temple. Discards of Elturel's unworthy legions, I watched that monstrosity rise over the city. We felt no fear, only anger, disgust, purpose, and with it power. I do not know what oath we cling to now, or how long it will last, but we shall use it to ensure this city will not suffer as Elturel did, whether it wants us or not. It's more than thanks alone I owe. No words can make amends for what I did to my people, but that it is as it should be. More come to the temple every day to aid in the relief efforts, and if I am permitted to work alongside them, then I am content. Come and see us when you can, Zevlor. To the Mlagir who freed me, to Lizel, to Lakma Gir, my words come to you on slate, for they are immutable and eternal. You are not just liberators, you are all warriors of the comet, whatever land you travel, whatever sea you cross, whatever plane you grace. Blacketh's pawns fall, one by one, at the hands of my faithful, but the city of death stands, and the queen sits on her vile throne at its center, but we stand at a precipice. Lizel, thanks to you, we are soon to restore an old kinship, and Blacketh will burn in the fires thus stoked. The protocols are written anew, and to you, Mlagir, I dedicate the first. All who call themselves Gith shall unite under one sky. Githka Tavkin Rash. I don't know how to pronounce that. Orpheus. Okay, cleared out the last of the Bale Colts. Duke Ravengard has been restored.
You would
think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more. Just as I hoped they would, more like. The Oak Father has been kind to me this past while. Yet I cannot forget the bond we all forged together. It is one that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day. I always do. Should I ever decline, assume a doppelganger has taken my place.
Ear hug. I wonder if Mind Flayer heads are all, like, squiddy and squishy.
That was more than worth the wait. Apologies. You can probably understand my eagerness. I shall be as gentle as a feather next time.
So
Now,
is this an epilogue
we have
kind
much
of
to
thing?
catch up on.
Yeah,
Do not
pretty
allow
much.
me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing. In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Wraithwin have been repurposed into new homes.
By the way, do let me know if you notice any technical
bountiful
issues.
trees.
I ran into a bunch
Nature
of them
and
at the very start of the
civilization are in
stream. I
harmony.
hope they're all ironed out now.
Stronger together.
What kind of issues?
It is, truly. Though a more
Anything with
complex,
the audio,
evolving beast
video,
than I
anything
could
like
ever
that.
have anticipated. I spoke often of balance before.
For instance, earlier
Only
the
now
screen
do I
was super
realize the
zoomed in,
balance
so
is
all
no
you could see was
simple,
like
fixed
people's
thing.
faces,
We
pores, and
welcome
like
folk
nothing
from
else.
all walks of life.
And
Anyone who
there were a
wishes
whole
for
bunch
new
of
start.
audio issues.
Naturally,
Everything
it can be
kept breaking.
chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos.
The more I tried to fix it, the
thrives
more it
in
broke.
ways I could never have dreamed of. You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see, my charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake. I am all ears, though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
If a beholder has a whole bunch of eyes, is a listener something that's covered in ears?
You have kept yourself busy. I expected no less, in truth. I shall be able to keep the children and... Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else. Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers. They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten. I can see it in the land all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods as far as I'm concerned. I spend half my days in ursine form. The children demand it. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago. I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oakfather's creations. But they must learn that not all are as amiable as I am.
Why can you ask for a hug?
A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy.
Probably because there was a
As
point
for
where
roaming,
Halcyon
that
definitely
impulse
came
has
on to me and
dwindled, I
wanted
must
to date
admit.
me. I did turn him
Perhaps
down,
because
but
have
I guess
found
he's
where I am
still,
meant to be.
you know, pretty into me.
On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid
Basically,
now,
I
and
friend-zoned
by all
Halcyon.
accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence. Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this. Ducks are my favorite, but I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
Does it do anything?
Just a token to remember me by. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on. Enjoy the festivities. We can speak
Enjoy
again later.
-1 inventory slot.
The Hell's Walker returns. For 2 months, Orpheus trained me in the ways of the comet. For 2 more, I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo. I never imagined we'd be standing toe-to-toe on this day, in this place. Nothing but allies, I always told myself. A necessary partnership. But in spite of every strained word, every barbed glance, seeing you brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head. It's nice to hear it. It has taken all of Orpheus's efforts to conjure my projection, and all of mine to convince him to let me come. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This... Fey Run. Shractalor. I wouldn't expect you to. The capital city of the Gitzerai. An exiled people, once kin with mine, until the madness of civil war ripped our one sky into 2. Algish sent word of the rebellion to their god king Zareth Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance. I was as surprised as anyone when Orpheus spoke the order. My blade is keen as ever, but it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. Minyara Gith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am a warrior of the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. My people will be free.
I was under the impression gravity was pretty weird in the astral plane.
You've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm. Soon, when the comet has risen, when the Lich Queen has crumbled to dust, I miss this place. More to the point, I miss you. I wouldn't even deny it with Vlaakith's vorpal blade at my neck. Though, I'd rather it not come to that. Now go, mingle a bit. That's the word, right? Mingle. I'll be back one day. The Overgod himself couldn't keep me away.
Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates of supplies when he could sort God, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
Looking fancy.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldurs Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel? If thou could only see the paths of fate untaken, thy mind would surely break. Be glad of thy chosen path. It is, after all, thine. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
More for me.
Oh, it's the kitty.
Oh, right. You. Hello. Yes, I'm certain it is. As for you, well, I've heard congratulations are in order. You helped Mr. Dakarios save Baldur's Gate from the Absolute, isn't that right? And you made significant sacrifices to your well-being by the looks of things. Yes, I'm sure you are. You ought to come visit myself and Gale when you're able. If you can extract yourself from whatever responsibilities mind flayers might have. We'll send word by pigeon when we've need of you. I used to have a taste for them, but a great many things have changed in recent months. Ta-ta, darling.
And good wine from the look.
Voice sounds kind of familiar.
Nice to return to familiar environs. Well, well. Look what the Tressim dragged in. Professor Gale Decarius of Blackstaff Academy. Educator of the esteemed School of Illusion. A pleasure to remake your acquaintance. She did not. I'm delighted to report. I surrendered the crown of Carsus to her, as I told you I would. And in return, she cured me of the orb at last. Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. It was like exhaling for the first time after holding my breath for so very long. Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. Too good, if anything. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils. Smiling may no longer come easy to you, but I've seen how your tentacles twitch at my jokes. Even the ones I'm not entirely certain I was trying to make. Still, I hoped my students might be a little more open to the playful side of such magic. Oh, they try their best, of course, when they can manage to stay awake.
The cheek of them! Nothing a well-placed swipe from Tara can't fix, though.
And what of you? What are you making of this newfound lease of life we earned?
Well, to be fair, I am the only one that did end up becoming a mind flayer, which was kind of the bad end death outcome for everybody.
I almost feel sorry for the devils in your path. I mean, I don't, of course. I'm sure they deserve it. I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know? I'll be delighted to introduce you to my current cohort as a guest lecturer, perhaps. I'm sure they'd have plenty of questions for you. Never fear. My students are as open-minded and generous a bunch as you'll find north of the Chiontha. And I'll remind them of their manners. Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my tower. My apologies, Tara. That would be our tower. It will give us plenty of time to catch up on your adventures. I'm very curious to know what you've been up to these past months. But I suspect the telling of that tale would keep you tied to me all evening. So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to mix and mingle for now, with time enough to come.
Gods, I smell like a 70-year-old cinder. Withers yanked me from Avernus with my blade halfway through a Cambion's belly without so much as a chance at washing up. And from the smell of it, you're in
I
the same
chose the
condition.
ending where he didn't go
I'll
to
forget all
Avernus,
that.
so
By
this
the
is
stars
messed
light
up.
and the moon's glow. It's so good to see you, and I've got so much to tell you. The Hell Hunt's no mere duty. It's a thrill. The demons I've disintegrated, the devilkin I've bled, the stories I could share. I don't suppose you'd indulge me. Yes, but just the one, or I'll be yammering all night. You want to hear about the Amnitsu at the Styx, the three-tusked Orthon, or the invading Gorestroi? Not just a pair, but a pack. Demonkin with no business treading the hells. Seems they had sights on a Palerion, one of Zariel's spies. At least, until I caught their eye. I wasn't the hunter anymore. I was the hunted, and they were the first to land a blow. Hoof to the back left a right nasty scar. Good thing for me, I'd learned every Gorestro's weakness. They're dumb as bugbears on a bender. Throw something shiny, and they'll chase it. Tossed a handful of gold pieces, and they scattered. A flurry of arrows dropped them before they could grab a single coin. Slit their necks for good measure. The damn things may be stupid, but they're sturdy, and I wasn't in the mood for nasty surprises. I won't lie. Losing the Eldritch Blasts and the Hexes took some getting used to. Nothing but void, where once there was hellfire. So I stoked new fires in myself using the lessons my father once taught me. The Blade of Avernus is a ranger, a hunter of the most hellish prey. I've seen him more than a few times, and he's as proud of me as I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart. I wish you'd been there to join in. Oh, to battle together, just like the old days. I suppose that's my way of saying I miss you. Tonight, I toast not just the people we've become, but the people we were. Warriors, winners, saviors. Go on, the night's young. You shouldn't waste a moment of it. Or waste a single drop of wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oops, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
Nice to return to familiar environs.
Okay. Anyone I still haven't talked to yet? It's hard to keep track of them because they keep moving around the camp. End your adventure, huh?
Yes. What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
Hmm.
To you.
Hero of the Forgotten Realms, save the realms, destroy the Absolute once and for all, and Ceramorphosis. Achievements unlocked. Okay, now we've officially beat the game. Some lovely custom ending credits music. Not sure if the credits are really skippable. Really? Electric guitar, huh?
How is Yuki?
He's alright. Step has the day off tomorrow for a holiday, so enjoying, looking forward to getting some rest. Might even do an unusually timed surprise stream tomorrow, we'll see. All depends on if I end up having enough time after doing various chores and such.
That's good.
How are you holding up, X? Okay, let's see if we can skip the rest of these credits.
There thou art, the dead three.
Good, just been busy. There's a festival going on, so...
Thy faces,
Oh, awesome.
gods. Thy
Hope you're having a fun
actions
time.
barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
So, what god is Withers actually? Back to the title screen. Okay.
Did you make out with the mind flare?
I did not, no. But I did end up becoming a mind flayer. I can't remember which save is which. We're gonna try to change some of our selections in the end game here.
Or not. Perhaps you are unique among illithid kind. Perhaps you will retain enough of who you are to resist your nature. A rogue mind flayer. Like the Emperor, the risk is certainly yours to take. Will you?
Kinda wish it had a new game plus where you could keep, like, the loot that you picked up the first time. And go for, like, different, routes and endings.
You have thwarted the illithid grand design. You have defeated 3 chosen and a nether brain. You are miraculous. And you have earned the right to live. Your fate will be what you make of it. Now you are your own master. But it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
The crown. It's somewhere in the Chiontha. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it. The power of Karsus would be in my hands.
Yeah, we've already proven you don't know what to do with that,
What will I do
Gale.
with it once I have it? Sage and timely counsel as always, and I intend to heed it. A wise man learns from his mistakes and strives not to repeat them. I shall bring the crown to Mistra. She'll cure me of my affliction, and I'll finally be free. And a more deserving one this time around. If this adventure has taught me anything, is that there are things in this world far more valuable. Besides, I'm sure.
gonna skip that just because we've seen those responses already.
Why does he sound like the guy that thirsts for power and might abuse it?
Your intellect will be valuable
Oh yeah,
indeed,
he definitely has
so long as
struggled
it remains
with
uncorrupted.
deciding whether or not to try to become God.
Let's go find somewhere to
I mean, he definitely did try once before. That's how he got into his predicament of becoming a living bomb.
We did it, soldier. The city's going to be all right. And so are you.
Alright, we're gonna get a couple different routes for Karlach here.
Finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do? So are you. My friend. My companion. I adore you. Careful! Hot! I never gave up. I did my best. I did my best. It's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? I wanted to live in my city with my friends. But life is for the living. And I saw... Goodbye, son. Goodbye, sea. Goodbye.
No, stop. I won't allow this. Karlach, you're coming with me. Back to Avernus. We can't let her die. Not like this. Not now.
You can't.
So, what do you say? Die here now, or live on with the blade of Avernus at your side. Zariel won't touch you. I swear it, Karlach.
Fine. I'll go. Well, with you. But we have to go. Now. I can't hang on much longer.
It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid, and you have earned your... You are the savior.
Well, I hope Shadow Heart's into tentacles. Here we are.
Last night was an experience. But I don't think you've changed quite as much as some might think. I'd recognize that vigor anywhere. It sounds like the city's trying to get back on its feet already. Normal life is returning. Which means things are about to become
since I didn't follow Karlach into hell this time, I got the marriage ending with Shadowheart.
Perhaps you could wear a mask. Say you're a leper, or have taken religious vows to conceal your face. No. And I wouldn't ask you to, in truth. You're living proof of the sacrifice you made. But I fear others may not see it that way. After what this city's been through, people will scarcely tolerate cuttlefish at the fishmonger's stall, never mind a full-blown mind flayer in their midst. Do you know what this means? You deserve to be vaunted, adored. Statues in your image should stand on every square. A whole generation of babies should be named in your honor. But it will not be so. All those people you saved, most of them will never know what you did. But you know. And so do I. I'll never forget. I need to get you out of here. It was difficult enough smuggling you in here covered in cloaks. It'll only get worse as normalcy returns. I can't. At least, not right now. I'm sorry. After everything that happened with my parents...
After all that?
With Shaw... I need time to myself.
Wow, Shadowheart.
Time to find myself. You need to take care of yourself. Keep out of danger. Perhaps there is some way, some unfathomable way we can still see each other eventually. Such a thing
After
must
making
exist,
love,
surely.
she leaving you?
Uh-huh.
So I refused to call this farewell.
After, like, the whole thing where she, like, had wanted me to promise to, like, marry and have a happily ever after and stuff. And then she just hit it and quit it at the end game. Oh, sad squid.
Well, soldier, here we are.
I guess I made the right choice going with Carlock the first time, gee.
It worked. My engines calmed down. I shouldn't have let you come here. This isn't going to be easy, you know. Zariel's going to come at us with everything she's got. Gods, like clockwork. They'll be on us soon, but there's just enough time. Thought I was done with these. But then, there was you.
That's weird. They just had Will be a total stand-in for the player in the
Don't let
scene.
you out. Just get rid of him. And don't forget, you asked for this. Better let these fuckers know I'm back. And this time, I'm not alone.
It's because I'm a mind flayer, isn't it, Shadowheart?
Since the Netherbrain fell, you have continued to evolve. Thought is action. Action is thought. Speech is difficult. Your mind has voyaged to the limits of existence, communing with entities unique and wondrous. But something always calls it back. Back to Faerun. Back to yourself. Back to the beginning. The time before you became what you are. When your tadpole first sang in your mind, you are back there once again when a voice comes to you. Withers, who you know so well. It is time, he says, to meet with your allies once again. You dream of them often, and now you will see if your dreams have become their reality.
Wildflower's dream? I'm not really clear if they sleep.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together.
A private word would be nice. Starting to wonder if you'd show up.
Curious what different things Shadowheart might have to say here.
Honestly, so have I. Oh, come here, will you? It's been forever. You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I take it? I suppose I do, don't I? I'm glad you seem well. Truly. I had no doubt, but I'm glad to hear you say it all the same. Wandering, mostly. The adventuring life is almost a tonic when you're not constantly threatened by brain monsters and cultists. I can finally see the world beyond the cloister. One of my first stops was the House of the Moon in Waterdeep. It's the largest temple of Selûne in existence. It seemed like the perfect spot to reflect on my parents, on where they came from. And where I came from too, I suppose. Hard to imagine, isn't it? Me, of all people, in the lair of the Moon Witch herself. Gods, your truest act of heroism was putting up with all that char and drivel I was spouting for so long.
Yeah, that was kind of tough, to be honest.
Oh, I know they are. I can still sense them, I think. And one day we'll be reunited. Well, I've had run-ins with my former fellow Sharans on a couple of occasions. Word seems to have spread of what happened at the cloister. Now other chapters of Shar worshippers see me as a prime target to offer up to their lady as a sacrifice.
Well, the post-game seems to be pretty much the same, regardless of what you choose.
Tricks better than anyone. They'll need more than a hooded cloak and poison blade to best me. Especially when I have a friend on the inside keeping me abreast of their predictable little plans. None other. The matter of her faith and allegiances remains complicated, let's say. But she is still my oldest friend. I have hopes that perhaps she might turn from Shar entirely given time. But that's a decision she will have to make for herself. If that day comes, I'll be ready. I don't know. Which is just the way I like it just now. Perhaps I'll just stick a pin in a map and see what I find, or head to the docks in the morning and scrounge a berth to find somewhere new. I'd like to see the islands, maybe, or head south to Arm. I heard there's an enclave of werecats that hunt the followers of dark gods by moonlight. I'd love to see if there's any truth to that.
That sounds awesome.
Enough about
I'd
me.
like to meet
What
them.
have you been up to?
Well, apparently I don't get to answer that.
Don't be a stranger.
Alright, well,
Now
fine then.
bears a face I know well indeed.
Might be useful.
Now we are going to see the tragic end for Karlach.
Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do? So are you.
No, stop. We can't let her...
You can't.
Apparently I could have chosen the, like, threesome route with them.
Wait, what?
So, the first time around, I told,
LOL.
I told Karlach that I would go to hell with her. The second time around, I sent Will there, but I do have the option for both of us to go with her into hell.
I can't force
But that's
her,
not what we're doing here.
but I don't want to watch either. I can't.
I'm ready. I stand back. I'm going to...
Under different circumstances, that may have been an AO moment. But, oof. Wow, she really just disintegrated into a puff of smoke, huh? I was expecting a more catastrophic explosion, I suppose.
It's over. And it's all because of you.
Okay,
I was expecting burning to ash and dust.
I mean, that is kind of what happened, I suppose. Just very quickly. Now that I know it exists, we'll try the threesome route just for fun of it.
You can't.
So, what do you say? Die here now, or live on with people who love you. Azariel won't touch you. I swear it, Karlach.
All right. I can't hang on much longer.
Thank the gods you've seen sense. Come, to Avernus we go. Our next adventure awaits.
It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid Empire. You have earned your you are the...
Just curious to see if this end scene here is different at all.
Well, soldier. Here we are.
Nope. Looks like they kept the lines completely identical.
It worked. My engine's calmed down. I shouldn't have let you come here. This isn't going to be easy, you know. Zariel's going to come at us with everything she's got. Gods. Like clockwork. They'll be on us soon. But there's just enough time. Thought I was done with these.
Yeah, it's even still 2 cigars. They didn't really change anything. It's just an extra character standing
There
around.
was you lot.
Probably should have just given it to Will. I don't
but careless.
know
Don't let them
about
tire you out. Just get rid of them.
illithid cigar
Don't forget.
smoking.
You asked for this. Better let these fuckers know I'm back. And this time, I'm not alone.
Alright, well that is all the endings I have access to without replaying significant portions of the game. Which, I don't know, I may or may not do, but I feel like I kind of want to move on to some other stuff.
Hip deep in Lemur slime, swarmed by hell wasps, and about to drive the killing blow on a magma claw. Cutting through the dreadful buzz of the wasps and the screams of the damned, a familiar, comforting voice echoed in your mind. Withers, he requested your attendance in Faerun, to gather with your friends and allies, those who stood against the Absolute at your side.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below.
Alright, well, it has been an exhausting couple of weeks for me, and I am ready to get some serious rest for tonight. I may be back with a stream tomorrow, I'm not certain. I'll try? We'll see how it goes. But it will be at an unusual time, so it'll probably be during the day. A rare daytime stream. That said, let me see if I can find somebody to read, and we'll call it a night. Yeah. Oh, they really changed the read channel interface. Hmm. Alright, we are going to read Hecate. Or Hecate? Hang on, let me see if I have any... This new interface is messing with me. But yeah, for now, we'll just go ahead and read Hecate. I don't know this person, but, I hope, that they, will be a good and welcoming and fun environment for everybody. They're also playing Baldurs Gate 3. Hi, everybody. Latinu. Thank you for joining me. And apologies for the long delay between not raids, between streams.